Hello everyone, welcome to Rockstar Gaming. My name is Eric. Today we're going to continue our adventure in Gloomhaven, Buttons and Bugs from Cephalofair Games. Last time when we played the game, we attempted to go to the Crooked Bone to go see Hale. Upon our arrival, we were shrunk into our diminutive size and got attacked by a few bandit guards for reasons. However, we are picking up the adventure soon after that, once we have met the collector, and can continue on our quest. If you do enjoy this series that we are doing, basically we're trying to go through the entirety of the story of Buttons and Bugs for the time being. Go ahead and hit that like button to let us know that you are enjoying this one. Hit the notification bell to know when we are coming out with new installments of this series, and as always, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and also let me know down below in the comments what all I may or may not have messed up on here, because there's quite a few things I know I've forgotten going through these scenarios off camera beforehand, just to make sure I know kind of what I am doing for you. So we are going to start technically at the collector card right here, just as a recap. When we last met the collector, they stated, "You took out the scavengers, I see. The vermling offers. You're not the first to barge in on Hal and get this less than ideal result. We've all been there. Some of us have realized the need to work together if we are going to make the best of this. I assume you'd like to be big again." You nod. "Then I have a proposal for you. During my time here, I have collected things that may be useful. You may borrow them, and in exchange, I will accompany you so I may expand my collection. I can also tell you that your best hope for escape is getting into the Crooked Bone and taking the issue up with Hale. Unfortunately," you look behind you to see the door now firmly closed. "Yeah, the only way in is through the Buttons Kingdom across the road. Come on." So after that card was read, basically after we just took out the bandits, basically stated here that we can now equip items during scenario setup, and then we're going to play scenario 2, crossing the road. As you can see here, we do have everything already set up for the game, including I have under here my 2 items that I will be utilizing during the course of the game. I am hoping to make some use out of the bottle cap helm. During an enemy's attack, treat its plus attack modifier as a neutral attack modifier. So that is what we're going with right there on the bottom. And then over here, we're going to use Venomous Fang. During your melee attack, add poison to the attack. So that is what we are hoping to use during this scenario here. And we also apparently need a map. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at scenario number 2, crossing the road. This is the collector talking now. "You can get into a window in the Crooked Bone by ziplining across from the Grumbling Karelev," the collector says. They point to another derelict tavern in front of you, otherwise known as Buttons Kingdom. The collector hesitates, gesturing to a small crowd of bandits on the cobblestone street, blocking your path. So, according to the rules right here, we are going to utilize a bandit guard and some bandit archers, and our goal here is to defeat all monsters. So we're going to place the scenario card right there. We're going to place our enemies and myself, so I'm going to go right here. The green bandit guard is going to go there, our blue bandit archer there, and our purple bandit archer right there. So we are still, as I said, using the bruiser in this scenario. So let's go ahead and see what we are doing here. All right, so then just to go ahead and review a little bit, we do have the bandit guard back, as I said. He's going to have 8 health and 1 shield. That is a persistent effect. He's going to go on initiatives 30, 50, and 70, depending on where the cube lands. The bandit archer is going to go on initiative 16, 31, and 64. They have 7 health with no shield. but they are going to be able to hit for 2 or 3 damage pretty consistently at range 2 to 3, depending on where they land with their initiative order and whatnot. Over here, I am going to be utilizing the Bruiser still, continuing from our last game. Basically, I'm going to be doing that during this series until a scenario shows up that doesn't require the Bruiser, or in the case of the scenario that does require the Bruiser, doing something with another thing. It's a whole thing. We'll kind of go over that more at the end of the game. Also, I am very aware over here that on the screen, for the most part, it is going to look like these dials are all black. I can tell a little bit of the color differentiation, but luckily they are all numbered and correspond with the numbers on the board during the initial setup, so we kind of know who they are. I don't know why they were printed so dark. Even in the instruction manuals, it shows them much lighter. It's not just Cephalofair. I've had quite a few games where components like that have been darker. Unfortunately, I don't know what printing stuff is going on right now, but there's that. So, again, like I said, we do need to try to get rid of these bandit guards here. So I think what we're going to do during this round, these traps here do look very tempting. So, but I don't think we're going to fall for those. I'm basically going to try to push this bandit guard or this bandit archer away from here and see if I can get something with the push effect lined up between the guard and the other archer, and see what we can get going with that. So what we're going to do first is warding strength, and I need a movement that's going to give me at least 3. Unfortunately, the 2 things that have an A side are going to be leaping cleave, which has the air element that I need for later, and the shield bash, which I need to go with the leaping cleave. So basically be sacrificing getting a defense to use the movement, but I think we should be fine with that. It's also going to give me initiative 15, which is more than going to guarantee that I go first. So let's go ahead and see with my initiative 15 where everybody else is going to land. Bandit guard is going to go at initiative 70. He's going to have 2 movement and 1 attack, but we're going to be going someplace where none of that matters. The bandit archers are going to be on a neutral. They're going to have 1 movement each. They are going to have a 2 attack at a 3 range. So 1, 2, 3. So I can not get hit by purple, but I'll probably still get hit by blue during this turn, which is going to be fine. Let's see here. This actually sets me up pretty well for the skewer attack later on. I just have to make sure I go before everybody else when I do that. Let's go ahead and move me my 4, which is going to actually move 3, and we're going to go here to the side of the bandit archer. We're going to go ahead and flip that over. Because that's done, we're going to go ahead and use warding strength for 3 damage, 2 push, and giving myself a strengthen, which will give me advantage on all attacks removed at the end of next turn. Let's go ahead and see what my attack does, and I do have to remember to move that cube down because I am very forgetful with that, unfortunately. My attack here is going to be a plus, which is fortunate, so that's going to give me a +1 to the damage, plus a 3, so that's 4 total damage, pushing them to, so 1, 2, and then I take on the blue one, number 2, take 4 damage, that brings them down to 3, which is good, and then I give myself a strengthen token, which is going to be that right there. That's fine by me. What's not fine by me is that blue is now on initiative 31. I'm going to move 1. Do they need to actually move 1? They don't need to move 1 because it's going to hit me no matter what. Purple needs to move 1, but that's still 1, 2, 3. Blue is going to just fire at me. And that goes to blue. Blue's just going to fire at me, I think is what's going to happen. Before I do that, though, I am going to move the stupid blue cube down. Not that it's stupid, I'm sorry, but like I always forget about it. And I've done this scenario quite a few times and kept forgetting about it. Blue's going to go ahead and fire 2 at range 3 with a modifier of -1, so they're only going to hit me for 1. So that's going to bring me down to 11, which is A-OK, fine by me. Green bandit is going to move 2. 1. Would he move that way or the other way? So let's go with this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So no matter what, it's a 4. Let's see. We're gonna flip a coin. Heads, it's going to go north. Tails, it's gonna go south. Heads, it's going north. So we're gonna go 1, 2. That is where the bandit guard is going to live. So this is going to be quite interesting. So that's the end of the round. Bandit guards went, so they need to move the cube down 1. I have the interesting fact of that because of these decisions that we have made. Of the fact that the bandit archer didn't move, the bandit guard moved to where it was. I do have leaping cleave available to me, and I have skewer available to me. I think though I'm going to use skewer and try to just take out the archers as quick as I can. I'm going to have to utilize a movement. I can use unstoppable charge to do said movement, and that'll give both blue and green disadvantage when they attack me. I have advantage, so that might be the play right there. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that, and we're gonna go, unfortunately, initiative 35, which the only thing that's gonna screw this up partially is if the bandit guard moves. So I really need him to go. I'm at 35, so I either need him. I need him to roll a 5, or I need him to roll neutral or plus is what I need right now. So let's go ahead and see about that. So he rolled a neutral, so he is going to go here, and the bandit archer, I really need to roll a plus. So, because I need purple not to move before I go. So let's go ahead. They got a plus. Alright. That is good. So they're going to go here. That all lined up. That is crazy. So 60. They're going to go at 64. The guard's going to go at 50. I'm going to go at 35, I already said. So let's go ahead and set this up. So 1, 2. So this is going to be a little bit crazy, so hopefully I don't mess this up. So we've already used this. Disadvantage goes to both the archer and, I'm sorry, the guard and this archer right here. So they're going to have disadvantage with the muddle ability. I have advantage, so we're going to go ahead and try to skewer these 2 archers. And you're probably thinking, why aren't you skewering the guard that's right next to you? Well, it's because the archers can sit there and like snipe me from pretty far away. If I can take out one of the archers right now and not hit a neutral on the other one, so I'm probably utilize, because even that's gonna be, oh, that's the thing we're doing right now anyway, is using a white cube here. We are going to use the element from this to give me the +1 damage to that. So I'm going to be doing 4 -1 over here on the modifier table. So no matter what, I'm hitting the first blue one. So we're going to use our advantage condition. I mean, I know we can use it on all attackers gain, no, advantage on all attacks. So I know I can try not to take on the next round, like when I do the second attack, is I get that minus negating one there. That's gonna trap me up. So let's go ahead and do this. So we're gonna go for blue. Blue got a plus, so that's +2, Plus 3, 5, plus 1, 6. So 6 damage to blue. Blue is gone. Blue is at 0. And we don't have to worry about blue any longer. So there is that. Purple is now going to get hopefully got. And yeah, let's go ahead and go with that. Another plus. So, but that's only a plus 1 on that one. Now we're down on this square right here. So they're going to take 3 plus the 1, plus I believe I still get the extra ability on Skewer from the Leaping Cleave. So that's going to be 5 to the Bandit Archer. So they're going to be down to 2 on that. And that disadvantage is not on them. Let's see. Next is going to be the Bandit Guard. They can't move because they're right next to me. They're going to do 2 damage on their attack. They get disadvantage, so a neutral and another neutral. So they're just going to do 2 damage to me, so that brings me down to 9 for that one. And the Archer is hopefully going to roll a negative, because that'll neutralize the attack that they're going to do. And so let's go ahead and do this one. Let's go hope for a negative. Nope, they got a plus. So they did plus 1, plus 3, so I'm down to 5. Oof. That is a big oof. So that is that on my next turn. I wish they could have moved. We're going to go at initiative 27 and 54, so we're going to pick 27. On this one, I am now going to probably attack the Bandit Guard, although I have a jump, so I might try to attack him with the 3. I don't have advantage anymore. I might try to attack him with 3 range, so that way I can just get out of range of the Archer. Or I can just walk up and punch the Archer. That actually might be what I need to do. I might need to actually shoot the Archer from where I'm at. I'll kill it because I have -1 there, so I have enough to take out the Archer, and then I can just start running away from the Bandit Guard and let my abilities recharge. I think that's what I am going to have to end up doing. So we're basically using these 2 cards right here. Let me see where they're at in the initiative. Bandit Guard is at plus 70, so they're at 2 movement and 2 hit, and they're at neutral for the Archer. The Archer is going to be 31. I'm at 27. That's what I would have done anyway, because I'm trying to go as early as them, or earlier than them. So yeah, we're gonna go at the 27. Hopefully they're not gonna go. So we're gonna go with Spare Dagger first, range of 3, going after the Archer. We're gonna do as this. So it's a neutral, so no bonus to it, just 3 straight damage to the 2 damage for the Archer. The Archer is now taken out. So all I have to now worry about is this Bandit here. So they have 2 movement. I have 3 movement with a jump. So if I go 1, 2, 3, he's still going to be able to get to me there and punch me for 2 and bring me down to 3 health. I don't want to give him that at the moment, but I'll go before him on the next round so I can heal with Eye for an Eye underneath Leaping Cleave. So, and I can just burn Overwhelming Assault on the next turn. This goes down 1. And the Overwhelming Assault technically could potentially do ×2. So I think we're gonna do that. 1, 2, and I think we're just gonna stay there for the leaping with Leaping Cleave. So that'll bring me down to that, and then he's gonna go 1, 2. I've got 5 health. I'm just hoping for a negate on this one. Nope, neutral. So he's still going to do 2 damage to me, so that brings me down to 3. So there's that. And now Bandit Archer's not in the game anymore, so we'll put that off to the side so I don't pay attention to it. Let's see. I'm going to basically pick these two. I'm going initiative 18. Doesn't matter what he gets except for what he can hit me with. He's going to give himself a shield when he goes, but I'm going before him. He's only going to hit me for one, so he's going to drop me down to 2 or 1 on this turn. So I'm next to him, so I'm going to go first. I'm not moving. I'm going to heal 2 with the self-heal down here. That's going to bring me back up to 5. I need to move that down there. And then he hit me for the 1, so that moves down. And then I'm going to go for broke with the overwhelming assault. That goes there. Neutral. So I hit him for 6 minus 1 at the moment. Alright, so the way I'm reading it is that shield doesn't pop up until after he goes, and it would go into the end of the round. So I rolled the plus, or I rolled the 0, so I'm getting 6 minus the 1 from the shield, so he's going to go down to 3 on that one. And then he's going to hit me for 1. I can't see it. Negative. So he doesn't hit me. His thing gets negated. And mine goes down 1, 2, because I was hoping for that ×2 and didn't get it, so I'm down to there. Overwhelming Assault gets thrown in lost because of the effect on the card there. And now I'm short resting to get my cards back, put them to A side, and seeing what I'm going to discard. So basically these last 2 cards, this is random. I honestly have no idea what I'm pulling. This is going to go to loss, which is my Shield Bash, which is perfectly fine because as long as he doesn't roll a negative, so basically these are the 2 cards I'm using this turn, as long as he doesn't roll a negative on his initiative, I'm going to go first. I'm going to hit him for 3, hopefully +1, but I'm also going to push him 1, 2 into that spiny stuff there and give myself advantage again. So plus. So he's all the way up here. And so he's going to do 2 movement and 2 damage, but he's not going to get the chance because I'm going to Warding Strength, I believe. Yes, I'm going to do, well, that's going to stay down there. That's going to get played Warding Strength, so I'm going to attack for 3 to the target there and pushing him there because I don't have any confidence that I'm actually going to do damage unless I can possibly get a plus. You would think with a die that's basically like a 1 in 3 chance of hitting the thing you'd get more pluses, but I feel like I never see that many pluses. Let's see here. Let's go with the roll on this one. So it's neutral. So +0, nothing on that, which is fine. I'm going to get only 2 damage done on him. He goes down to 1, which is fine. He's going to get pushed 2, though, from here. 1, 2. He's in the trap. He's going to get a -1 from that. He's going to go down to 0. 0. He's immobilized because dead, and so I also get my strength token because let's go ahead and get everything that I'm supposed to get. Strength token on there, and I have now beaten the scenario. That can get moved over there. All enemies are taken out. We are good to go. The reason I am being all whatever about this is because behind the scenes, if you made it this far into the video, welcome. But this is because this is the way the campaign is and everything like that. I've actually played this multiple times. Even sitting here this time, this is like my 3rd time playing through this scenario, trying to win it, and I finally have. So yay for me. Awesome. So like I said, this is not even this scenario right here, and again, with my relative inexperience with the Gloomhaven system, is most probably mistakes I was making. Again, comment down below. Please point out to me what mistakes I did make. but because I probably didn't do enough of moving the cubes down, and I legitimately couldn't remember if I was moving them down or not. I tried to move them down when I thought I remembered, but yeah, that is that. So that to me, with this system so far, at least with buttons and bugs, is the biggest thing, is trying to move those cubes down to determine your modifiers with the die roll and everything like that. But again, I have played through Scenario 2 quite a few times, and trying to come up with a good strategy to take them out. And like I said, this is multiple attempts over multiple attempted days of filming this, so don't go into this, especially if you see me getting through a lot of scenarios, just know I did this quite a few times. So the ending text on Crossing the Road. Standing on the other side of the street before the towering, grumbling Geralev, the collector clears their throat. Honestly, it's probably best to avoid Button entirely. Very eccentric. I recommend sneaking in through a crack in the wall. Now, this is where things kind of get interesting as far as what we do here on the channel. So, Bruiser, which is what we are currently playing, play Scenario 4, Barging In. So that would be the next scenario that we do. Others play Scenario 3, In the Walls. What this basically means is that if we're sticking with the Bruiser character, then we are going to do Scenario 4, and basically skipping Scenario 3 altogether. What I'm probably going to do here with the channel is, so that way I'm going to stick with the Bruiser through this campaign, but in order to showcase some of the other characters on the in videos, I will probably also, as an out of continuity special thing kind of thing, play the scenarios that are specific to the other characters. Let me find the scenario deck right here. So the scenario for Barging In does have the symbol up here for the Bruiser. Some of the other scenarios have symbols for the other classes on them, so I think there's at least one for each class in here. So again, we will be showcasing all the other classes. We will go ahead and do, for the next part of this adventure, do Scenario 4 to continue our path with the Bruiser. If you would like to go ahead and comment, though, down below with who you would like for me to play in the next scenario, because it can be any of the classes, let me know down below in the comments which one you would like to see. Also, Scenario 3 and Scenario 4 are going to be level 2 scenarios. So with that said, my board over here will now have this card on top of it. The changes that are going to be are, the first level is fine. The second level, it's going to be a +1 instead of a +2 on my plus result. And then after that, we do get quite a few results where we have piercing effects, a result where we're going to get an extra strengthen result, and some of our neutrals are actually going to be +1s. So that is what we are looking like right there. I know it's a little dark, sorry. That is what we're going to be looking like right there with level 2 for the Bruiser. So I'm looking forward to the card being a little bit different. We're also going to get the choice of drop of clean water during your turn, burn some elements to remove one negative condition, and then a drop of power potion during your turn, add +1 attack to all of your attacks. That would be good to use with Skewer. So that would be kind of cool for that one. That's going to be just an extra thing we can get, but we are at level 2, goes to half, so we're also still only going to have one of those type of items in our hand. So with all of that said, if you enjoyed this playthrough of Buttons and Bugs, please go ahead and comment down below with anything that you enjoyed with it, and also letting me know again what I did wrong so I can correct myself in the next playthrough. Go ahead and hit the notification bell to know when the next part of this series is being released. Like the video, because that's how I know if these videos are, being enjoyed. And finally, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not already, because we're, going to be doing some cool stuff on the channel here. So you want to know when all that's going to happen. With all that said, I have been Eric. This has been Rockshire Gaming. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning into this one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.